What's up, lifelong learners? It's your boy Mr. Hang, and today this is the mission. What are we learning? How to compose using texture and pattern. Why are we learning it? To be able to give a sense of physically touching what is in the photograph and or give a sense of organization from looking at patterns. How do we know we learned it? When students submit a screenshot of their photos of their photo of a pattern or texture edited in Lightroom. So you can go back and read through these, but here's the mission for today. We are focusing on photographing texture, and texture gives texture in photography gives you a sense of how it feels to touch what's in the photograph. So for example, okay, we look at this photograph right here. It is a bunch of log, right, that stacked together on top of each other, and then what you're gonna feel when you touch this is rough. You can get a splinter from it. You know, sometimes some people say sharp, some people say hard. So when you look at this image, that is texture. Texture gives a sense of what it feels like to touch that thing that you're seeing inside the photograph. And the other thing is pattern. So pattern gives a sense of order in the image, like it feels organized. So if you look over here, all right, I'm using a sense of pattern right here. You can see curved lines, horizontal lines. You see these dots in the curved lines, right? And you see like a bunch of lines, patterns, just a bunch of patterns here. Now this one is following pattern, which is horizontal, 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 and then you see this tennis ball right here that's stuck inside this vent, and that's called breaking the pattern. So you can still see pattern, but kind of break it to make it look more interesting. So that is what you're going to go practice taking photographs of today. Now, if you want to read more into what is texture, click that link right there. And if you want to read more about what is pattern, you can click that link right there. All right, so after you go take your photographs, and this is what we did. We did a photo walk, and here are my examples. Now, if you look at this, this is pattern, but it also has texture in it, but more about pattern. If you run the hand through this or up and down this thing, you feel bumpy, right? And then look at this. This is straight up texture. If you fall onto this on your knees or on your hands, you're gonna feel them pains, right? Because this is, you know, that feeling, okay? So you feel it. This is straight up pattern with the stickers and the lines and the pots. And then this is also pattern, 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 pattern. This is, the next one is, there is a sense of pattern, but it's more heavy on texture, because this texture is more prevalent than this left and right pattern, okay? And then there's symmetry as well on top of this, but that's not what we're doing. And then this is more looking like it's pattern, but it's also texture. So this is more heavy on pattern, but there's texture in here. So you can use both of those graphical elements in your photo. This right here, you look at it, yes, there's pattern, but it's more heavy on texture. Because if you were to touch this wall, you could feel it, okay? This is where I want you to be. I would like for you to understand that this is a pattern, but it has an underlay of texture. Because if you were to touch this, you would feel that these are gonna give you splinters. Or if you really rub your hand through this thing right here, it'll give you a splinter. So this is where I want you to be. I have pattern, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have horizontal line composed in here to keep my image clean. Okay, I have these like V-shaped things that goes up and like up and then down. All right, like a little baby mountain. So, and I have texture right here. So this is where I would like you to be. You obviously see the pattern, but you also feel the texture, and you also see the cleanliness of my technique in photography. So again, you're all gonna probably start somewhere right with these where you're at until you get to here. Okay, so once you have something that you like, you're going to do editing in the development module. After you finish editing in the development module, I want you to show me a before and after, take a screenshot, and then do the rest of these things right here on the agenda. Okay, import, edit, put it in the composition collection, do basic color correction, and then submit the before and after. And now I'm done with this tutorial, and I can put this here. All right, thanks for watching. And the rest you can do on your own, because you should know how to submit by now.